Don't worry, you're gonna grow into a big, lovely plant. I cannot wait for that day. Oh, look at the leaves. They look so beautiful. Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be talking about, well, what should you guys bring to Poland when enrolling into medicine or just any Polish uni? Well, let's find out. So the things that you guys should bring, I have kind of categorized them into 9 topics, and on the right hand side here are different timestamps with the topics and their individual timings as to where they are located throughout the video, so you guys can just directly click onto the timings and see that specific topic if you want to. So before I get into the video, I want to make some things clear. First off, before moving or before you guys start your packing and buying all the things that you need, make sure that you do 2 things. That is, first, get in contact with the senior medical students or with the senior students in your university that you're going to be enrolling in, either through Facebook or Instagram. Once you are in contact, then make sure to ask them, hey, do I need to bring this? Do I need to bring that? Is that there? Is this available? And so on. And if you guys don't know what particularly to ask, don't worry, because throughout this video I will guys tell you what things you should ask them. And the second thing being that make sure that you call your dormitory or the place where you are going to be staying and ask them if what is available in the kitchen. Is there a microwave? Is there a toaster, kettle, utensils, pans, pots, and if there's any sort of bedding, pillow, duvets, anything. Or at least ask them if there is a list, is there a table lamp, and so on and so forth, so you know exactly what is going to be there. So make sure you do those 2 things, and bear in mind that if your university is going to be in a smaller city, just know that smaller cities are extremely limited to international goods or products. The smaller the city, the lower the chance that you're gonna get any Indian products or Asian products or so on. The bigger cities, you can pretty much get everything. So if you guys are going to Warsaw, Krakow, Poznan, then well, good for you. Anyway, that's why in this video I'm gonna try and cover as much as to what you guys should bring and try and be prepared, basically. So let's get straight into it. Now, first being clothes. So now you should bring both winter and summer clothes. For winter clothes, make sure you just bring nice warm things. That's jackets, scarves, gloves, thermals. Thermals, I have like inner thermals, and I also have 1 pair of legging thermals. So for the legs, these I put on when I know that I'm gonna be out for the whole day and when the temperatures are really cold, and they make a huge difference. So if you guys can get that, make sure to try and get that. I got mine from UNIQLO, and also you can get some from Amazon as well, which I have also had in the past. They're really good. I'll put a link in the description where you guys can go and check them out. Then you have hats and boots, thick socks, shirts, nice thick shirts, and if you can get hold of any hand warmers, the ones where you click and it becomes very warm. For boots, if you have like old hiking boots, Timberland boots, bring those. If you have any high top boot, yeah, just bring those for now, and depending on yourself, you guys see. If you guys need better ones, you can buy it here in Poland, but make sure to at least bring very thick socks, just in case if your boots won't be sufficient enough, at least your socks can insulate your feet. And yeah, so make sure that you do bring this, because the temperatures in Poland can be really cold. They can reach up to -15, -20, and so yeah. Now, summer clothes. During the summertime, that is around end of May, June to July, a bit of August, the temperatures can reach up to 30 degrees. It is extremely hot. So make sure that you bring your t-shirts, shorts, your flip-flops or your sandals or your loafers, sunglasses, and swimming costumes as well. Up in the north, there are some nice places like Sopot where there are beautiful beaches, and during the summertime it's perfect. It really is. Then a suit. So this is something that you guys should ask your senior students through Facebook, to ask if there is any sort of annual ball, or in the first year are there any formal events. There might be some ceremonies because you guys are enrolling into uni. For example, we had a ceremony on the first week, I think, because we enrolled into medicine. In the January season is where you have the prom time, or the prom/ball time, and and this is also for all universities generally in Poland. And hangers for your clothes. Now, I brought my hangers because I had so many of them. Because when you move to a new place, you are not going to buy one packet of hangers. You're going to buy quite a few. Again, depends on how many clothes you have, but generally you're going to buy quite a few, and that can build up in terms of money. And just have in mind that during the whole moving stage, the fact that you're moving from one country to another, it is expensive. That initial step of moving is very expensive. When flying, you guys are most likely going to max out the check-in luggages and taking a taxi from here or there, and as soon as you come here, you have to put a deposit for this and that. So every little zloty counts. Next, toiletries. Bring all your essentials, of course. Also have in mind that you can get those things here, deodorants, perfumes, so on. But if there's like specific things, like for the Indians, like soap bars and stuff, that I would definitely recommend that you guys stock up on. Like myself, I stocked up on soap bars and stuff from England, Hammam or Piers or Mysore sandals. So all those regional or all those products that from home that you use on your body, you most likely won't, if it's quite specific, for your country and so on, you most likely are not gonna get it here, especially in the smaller cities. In the big cities, you most likely will get it, but still, at home it's gonna be much cheaper. So try and stock up on those. Those are essentials. And to give you an idea, for example, for like soaps, I think I bought the first time, 10 soaps or so, and that lasted easily for 1 year. So make sure that you bring medicine, because just buying medicine here in Poland is not particularly cheap. And if you can get a lot of medicine from home, then by all means, then just do that. So, get your basic like paracetamols and ibuprofens, antihistamines for your allergies and so on. And of course, personal medication, obviously. Maybe some indigestion tablets or like powders, to get your electrolytes back up after vomiting and so on. Some tablets maybe with cold and flu, especially if you're coming from India, then Crocin, both the red yellow strips will be good. Make sure to bring band-aid, alcohol wipes, the small alcohol wipes in case you get a small cut and so on. You can just disinfect your cut or your any wound or anything. Some cotton wool as well in case you do cut your finger because you were cutting a tomato or something, and maybe some medical tape, and maybe some Vicks or some Iodex, those sort of menthol, mint-like balms, for your headaches, if you're cold and so on. Ointments, or if you have some sort of muscle sprain or something. And don't bulk up and get a huge amount, just get a decent amount of everything. Now food, of course you can get your basics here, obviously. So me being an Indian, I'm gonna most likely talk about that stuff. So like masalas and stuff, yes, make sure that you do bring your masalas. You can get powders here, but you get in these small thin packets, and we use a lot of it, so it'll be quite expensive over time. So make sure that you do stock up on some good masalas. Again, don't bring like the 30 different variation of masalas that your mom has in her kitchen, because you most likely, well, maybe you do know how to use all 30, but you most likely are not gonna have the time to do all that sort of amazing cooking. You really are not. So I think it would be best to maybe stock up on the main ingredients like chili powder and cumin and coriander and maybe cinnamon, and like those spices that that you can use a lot, and maybe all the other spices you can have small amounts of those. But again, that's up to you. Also have in mind that we always tend to overpack. We always want to be prepared, but you'll be surprised when you come here and when you start living the life of a student, or especially of a medical student. Things can get very hectic. There are going to be days where you have not cooked a single Indian food. I know some Indians who, I remember at the beginning, they hardly cooked any because they just had one omelette wrap or so. I was like, what? Because you don't have time. Indian cooking takes time, so those things we tend to do maybe on the weekends. Some weekends, or even in the weekends, you honestly just cannot be bothered because you actually just want to sleep. But just to give you an idea, your home traditional foods like sweets and snacks, and of course pickles for the Indians. Again, pickles and stuff, make sure to bring that. Dal, you can get dals here, even in Tesco. You can get the green dal and the red dal. The rice that you get everywhere is jasmine rice, basmati rice, long grain rice, and brown rice. You can get that everywhere, even in Biedronka. Your home rice like ponni arusi, if you're coming from South India, all those you are not gonna get in the small cities. But again, in the bigger cities you might, but they are gonna be more expensive because these things are all being exported. So if you can stock up, a few kilos, that would be great. There's this one Persian shop in Warsaw. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's this one here. It's very good, and yeah, so make sure that you guys check that out if you go to Warsaw. And things like halal meat. Smaller cities, you're not gonna get halal meat. Are there gonna be restaurants which serve halal meat? I don't know, but I think I remember one of my Muslim colleagues saying that there was one restaurant that has halal food or something. I'm not sure, but again, that's only one, and I'm not even sure. So yeah, bigger cities, yes, you can get halal meat and halal restaurants. If you are in small cities, then you guys could go on a weekend trip to Warsaw and so on, and stock up and buy for like a month's worth and so on, and come back and put it in the freezer. You know, you guys can do that as well. People who do live in neighboring countries in Europe, I know whenever they go back home for the holidays, they bring back kilos of halal meat, frozen beef or frozen lamb or frozen chicken, and so you guys can also do that. Also, for your masalas, make sure that you bring like individual containers for each of your masalas. Even if you bring 20, make sure that they're all in 20 little small Tupperware boxes, because again, depending on what sort of dorm you're going to be living, as you know, masalas have a strong smell, and if you are not able, because that kitchen might be a communal kitchen where everyone shares it, then you would most likely have to put it in your room, and your room you're most likely going to be sharing with someone else, and you don't want the whole room to smell of masalas. It's going to be better for, well, your room, and also for the masalas themselves. As you know, the masalas, they have to be compact, or else the flavor and the smells and the aromas are going to reduce over time, and you don't want that. Utensils. Make sure to call up the dorms and ask what utensils and kitchenware they have. Specialized utensils like pressure cookers and stuff, bring those. Bring one. You don't need 2, 3, one small, one big. Just bring a nice medium one. Do not bring any woks or any tawas, because majority of the cookers here are going to be electric cookers, not gas. So it's not gonna work. If you have an extra pan and so on, then bring it. It depends on your style of cooking, but I bought like 3 or 4 saucepans, because at the dorms I called up and they already had a pan and they already had some things, so I brought less things. And also when I came here as well, I then also bought some more pans from Tesco. IKEA, even Biedronka sells pans and things like that. So it's very, very affordable. And things like cutlery as well. If you do have spare cutlery and so on, make sure to bring that. Knives and forks and spoons, just bring 2 or 3 of each. All the ceramic things like plates and mugs and cups and bowls I bought from IKEA, because there's going to be a high chance of cracking throughout packing, and it's just extra weight. And for cooking gadgets, if you can, yeah, bring some cooking gadgets, because you know, if you know that you're going to use them, and if they are cooking gadgets that are going to save you time, then by all means, you know, bring like a toasty machine. You know, if you want to make quick toasties, they come in handy a lot. The kitchen gadgets here that you can get are very, very cheap. Even though they're cheap, they're actually pretty damn good. Cleaning things, so like broomsticks and hoovers, cleaning products and detergents. Don't bring a broomstick. I mean, come on. They're super cheap. You can get them for like £2, £3 from the Tesco. Get that. And a hoover as well, you can get it here for cheap as well. At the dorms, they should provide a few hoovers where you can actually borrow from the reception. But again, depends on the dorms. So that's why give them a call and ask them what they have. This is mainly for people who are flying. If you are driving to Poland because you live nearby, then yeah, then of course, if you have a hoover and stuff, yeah, of course bring that. But again, you know, just know that you can get things here. Now, medical / hospital things, so things that you're going to be needing for the hospital. So things like stethoscopes, lab coats, medical white shoes, suturing kits. So stethoscopes, for example, you don't need to have it for the first year or for the second year, because clinical studies start from 3rd year normally, but some actually start from 2nd year. But for the first year, you don't need it at all. Things that you do need is a lab coat. If you do have a lab coat, bring it by all means, of course. And the white medical shoes, yeah, you do need it as well. It depends how strict your university is. If you do have them, bring it, and if you can buy them, just bring those as well. Suturing kits, not really. If you have it, you don't really need to bring it. Same case as the stethoscope, because you're not going to use those things in the first year at least. And anyway, when you guys come here, when you guys get the gist of everything, and when you know when to use what, then when you go back home, then you'll know whether to bring it for next year or not. other things. These are all like miscellaneous things that I couldn't really put a heading for. First thing is bedding, like bed sheets and duvets and pillows. That again, make sure that you call the dorms and ask or text the students through Facebook. Poland is cold. It's very cold. In that case, you want a nice bed sheet, nice warm duvet, and just a nice pillow. Bring those things. Those are very important things. Now, if you're wondering as to, especially for a duvet, you know, the ones especially which are filled with feathers and stuff, you're wondering like, that's a big thing. It takes up space. It does, but I have a solution for you. So what I did from Amazon, I bought these big plastic bags, vacuum plastic bags, which are just amazing, where you just stuff in your duvet and or your pillow, whatever, and then you zip it up, and there's a small little round valve where then it comes with the pump, where you screw on the pump and then you just remove the air and it creates a vacuum, and therefore it compresses the duvet and it becomes nice and flat, and you can just lay it at the bottom of your suitcase. So I'll make sure to put a link in the description and you guys can go click that and check it out. It's very cheap and it really is helpful, especially during packing time. And also when you are in Poland and let's say for the summertime you want to pack away some jackets or you want to pack away some big bulky things, you can just pump it up and put it underneath your bed or behind your wardrobe. Highly recommend that, link in the description. Now money, bring cash, of course. Bring zlotys if you can. If you can't, then try and convert it to dollars or euros. Don't bring Indian currency. Indian currency is not really going to get soaked properly, and generally other currencies, the exchange rates aren't really that great at all. If you have a camera, by all means bring a camera, man, because you know there are going to be times where you are going to use your camera if you're going to go on mini picnics or going to go on small weekend trips, or might go for a trip for a week or so on. At the end of the day, I know that we are all here to study medicine and we're all serious and all that, but also at the end of the day we should also have some fun, and we should also capture that fun. Bring all your documents, whatever documents your university asks you to sort of fill in and to scan this document, scan this certificate. Bring all of those, because the university would also like to actually see the physical copies of those. Even your bank statements and old bank things and whatever, just bring that. And of course bring your passport, bring your IDs. Definitely bring your IDs, guys. Bring your driving licenses. It's very important. Bring your European health insurance card if you are from a European country. Bring passport size photos as well. Make sure, it's very important at this stage because you're going to be making new accounts and new things. So generally bring those. You can also take passport photocopies here, and it's very cheap. They do an amazing job and it's amazing prices. And make sure that you bring some sort of adapter, some sort of universal adapter. In Poland we have the 2-pin plug. You can also bring an extension cable as well. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. If I have missed anything, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. As always, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was helpful. If there are other video ideas that you guys would like me to make videos like these where I sit down and give you some information, let me know in the comment section below. As always, make sure you like this video if you did like it, share it, and as always make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.